Hello. Oh, I've gotten some questions about the fair tax and how increasing the taxes on lower income people would it perhaps make them more aware of misuse of funds and the abuses of power that are taking place. And I'll be honest, I had the same thought. And at the time that I had this, and it wasn't that long ago, I thought, why not just send everybody a particular flat rate bill? I had heard, and I don't know, this source isn't actually substantiated, but the cost of operating the United States military is $1,700 for every man, woman, and child in America per year. So could you imagine getting that bill in the mail? I mean, that's what's fair. If if the military is what protects us and it protects us all equally, then it seems fair to me that everybody should get that bill. And when you can't pay it, then you need to understand what all is at stake. That's how that sort of makes sense to me. Now, uh, when I presented that, I was immediately responded to with the analogous or the analogy of how like people are getting raped and one person is getting raped harder than the other person, so you're going to rape both people. Personally, I understand what the people who use the rape analogy are saying, but rape is not theft. One, and I think as we're presenting our case, I think it best to use baby steps and stand on sound logic before proceeding. So I am going to say that what is critical is to establish the injustice of somebody taking from someone else. If we can't agree that it's wrong to take from another person, then then it's really pointless to move forward because we don't have a moral foundation to move from, and it doesn't make sense. We're already parlaying in a theater of anything goes. You know, if we can honestly call theft, no matter what, then we can discuss, okay, what makes the circumstances special that something should be taken from another person, or under what circumstances could this occur, or well, how do we pay for certain social programs? Okay, so without really establishing that, I don't think we really get anywhere, and I don't believe that you're going to teach somebody a lesson. I now don't believe that you're going to teach somebody a lesson by just making them feel what the other person feels. I don't think you have to do that. If a person is incapable of learning a lesson from others, then I don't know. I mean, dare we say that it's necessary that they have to experience it in order to understand it? I don't think that's right. So yeah. So I hope that answers the question about the fair taxes and things like that. Now, I would like to argue really quick is if the argument is a bit arbitrary, but if we say it's a 12% tax across the board, well, if somebody makes $1,000 a year and they only have to pay $120, and a person makes $1 million a year and they have to pay $12,000 a year, they both drive over a bridge. They both enjoy the services of uh, fire department, law enforcement, traffic control. Now you could say, well, the wealthy person would have much more property. That's irrelevant. Does somebody with a great deal of property value their property more than somebody with a small amount or somebody with none? Um, their kids would go to the same school if the wealthy person were sending their child to public school. Now you could argue that, well, a wealthy person is not going to send uh, child to public school. I would beg to differ. A lot of wealthy people that I know do. Uh, they send their kids side by side so that they're not in social or whatever their reasons for doing that. So you can't just automatically say, well, a rich person has this, a rich person does that. That that makes you lose sight of where we're trying to go with the discussion. So we'll leave it at that, short and sweet. And as a quick aside, we are looking at August 21st, and in many states, it is coming real close to, if you intend to vote in this primary election coming up in November. I recommend, if you're not already registered, that you go and register if that's what you wish to do, because the deadline is coming up, and you've already missed some of your local primary elections. All right, y'all take care.